Okay. Let's say you're in a band. But first, g'day, hi, and welcome. All right, how you guys doing? Yeah, you doing good? That's good. I'm doing good. Okay, I'm gonna steal that doorbell girl there. I forget what her name is there, but she's always doing good. Yeah, how you guys doing? Doing good? Yeah, I'm doing good. Okay, let's get on with the show. Uh, is your band doing original songs yet? I find this really bizarre that there are cover bands out there and like people that have been playing an instrument, doesn't matter the instrument, but they've been playing an instrument for a long, long time and they're still not doing originals. That they think they have to go through some sort of rite of passage to be able to have the ability to write their own songs, which is a strange way. It's kind of like I have to play so many cover songs before I would ever be able to write my own songs. Because if I write my own songs, I won't be able to do a good job unless I have all this experience under my belt of playing all these cover tunes, right? And nothing wrong with playing cover tunes. If you enjoy that, do it. You know what I mean? But I'm like, no, you could start off right out the gate. And in fact, in this day and age, like I just did a video on, playing live and stuff like that. I would say in this day and age, it's almost pointless to do cover songs and just get right to the originals. Why? Life is short. But I mean, I enjoy doing covers too, so. But when you play live and you can play your own music live, if you've never done it, the thing is that it's a unique experience that you're not being judged on how you're playing somebody else's music. You're being judged on how good your songs are. And that in itself is a very different animal. It's kind of like self-critique of your own songs, or, the audience judging you or whatever, is something that as a musician, you get way deeper involved into the music when it's your own. And when you get good feedback, when you get not so good feedback, and I've played, my own songs live quite a few times, and when I get good feedback, it's like, okay, yeah, whatever. And when I get like, yeah, kind of feedback, then it's okay. Well, let's see if I can improve on what I'm doing here. It's hard to get comfortable when you're lying on the floor. Really is. So for me, the way I look at it is, and somebody said, I don't know what video I saw it in, but there was something along the line of, if you're doing cover songs, you're cheating yourself or whatever. And again, I would never tell people don't do covers. Do whatever you want to do. But I would always encourage, try to come up with something. Now, the problem with guitar players is when they write riffs and stuff, especially the metal guys, they can write great riffs, but they can't put a song together. They don't know where would the vocalist come in? How do you write a song? And then there's the other type of guitar players that, okay, here's what's worked in the past. Verse, chorus, verse, chorus, verse, chorus, solo, verse, chorus, 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 outro, whatever, that kind of stuff. And writing songs like that is fine because, it's a formula that's been around for a long time. But then it gets to the point where it's like, okay, well, are you really giving anything unique that would separate you from the next verse, chorus, verse, chorus, verse, chorus, solo, outro, whatever, the next song that's done like that. And you see all kinds of videos on how to write a number one song. And, like if you think of every person that says, okay, if you use this cadence and you do this, and this is what all the prime pop stars are doing, and that's why their song is so popular, blah, 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 because they use this formula that works, and you do this section for 15 seconds, you do this section for 8 seconds, and then you go into this, and it's like, that's all bullshit. It's all bullshit, number one, because like, that's not how it works. What somebody has done is they've dissected a top 40 song, okay, from a top 40 artist, we'll use Taylor Swift as an example because she's a very popular example of, how popular she is and stuff like that. But her songs, okay, I mean, she has a team of songwriters, right? And that is not what makes the difference. Believe it or not, it's not the team of songwriters. It's not having, if you're a metal guy, it's not having Bob Rock produce your album and Desmond Child writing your lyrics. Like, yeah, those guys, yeah, they play their part. There's no doubt about that. But that's not why those people are popular. Those people are popular not because their songs are not, are super phenomenal. They're popular because they have excellent promotion. It's like it has really nothing to do with their songwriting abilities whatsoever, because there's millions of people that can write songs much better than Taylor Swift or whoever, right? Or Desmond Child. Like, it's just these people have the connections and they have, like it's the music industry, right there. So they will make stuff generic, and every genre does this. There is no unique genres, really. It's like, like anybody that tells you, the metal guys, they all sound alike, okay, but all these blues guys sound different. No, they all sound the same. They're in their genre. You get the odd person that stands out, but the thing is that what people aren't realizing is that there is no, hey, this is how you write a song. That is a, guaranteed win. There's stuff that works. There's cadences that very popular, blues cadences, the 1-3-5, like punk rock 1-3-5. There you go. And yeah, you can do that over and over and over again, and you might get the odd song that takes and people really like it. But if you think about how music is written in the last, say, 60, 70 years versus, say, the last past 150 years, how songs have been, composed and stuff like that, versus stuff written 500 years ago. A song from 500 years ago doesn't have a verse, chorus, verse, chorus. It's kind of like somebody was playing while they were telling you a story or singing you a story, meaning there is no verse, chorus, or anything like that. It's just, la da 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 da. The king was here today, blah blah. That kind of thing, right? And it just tells you a whole story, and it's not really structured because at the time, they weren't doing this to be on the top 40. They were doing this, to get a rise out of the audience that was in front of them. So they'd sing you some funny songs or whatever, or sing, praise to, a knight or something like that. And that's how music was kind of composed then. So did everything sound the same back then? Probably in a sense. But then again, probably no two people were in the same tuning. So there was that, right? So when I'm writing songs now, I'm trying to get away from chorus, verse, chorus, that kind of stuff, right? And just kind of like write something almost like a poem, with some heavy chord and stuff like that, and see how that comes out. And if it works, great. If it doesn't work, well, it doesn't matter. You still write it. It's still a different method. But to go and look for that popular, here's the formula of how to write a number one hit song. You could try it and see, just for the experience of trying it. But either the song is going to take or it's not. It doesn't really matter. I mean, punk songs, like think like the Sex Pistols. I mean, that's not phenomenal songwriting, but they're great songs because they're fun, right? Like listen to the Dream Theater stuff. That's definitely not normal, normal stuff to listen to, like composure, right? It's completely off the wall, but that's also what makes it good. You know what I mean? So for each person writing songs they're gonna have their own method and stuff like that. But the thing is to not try to focus too much on is this the formula that works? Because I think when you get hung up on that, it limits you. Where the way I would just to finish up on this, what I would say is when I write a song, I'm thinking about if I was in the audience, what I'd want to hear. Like I would want to hear, or what I would want conveyed out of the song. And I go with that idea because, you know, at the end of the day, if doesn't matter how good your songs are, if you don't like them and you have to play them for years and years and years in front of people, that's going to take a lot of enjoyment out of it, isn't it? I'd rather have fewer people like my songs and me just having a heyday playing them. I think that's kind of a better way to go. But the old, you know, like watching these videos of people of this is how you write the number one song and do this. Well, you got to understand, like a gazillion people are going to watch that video and they're all going to try it, right? So suddenly you've got, you know, maybe a song that'll sound good and everything, but it's going to sound like all those people that are trying that now. Once something has been done, try to modify it, you know, improve on it, try to build a better mousetrap. Yeah, sure, go for that. But try to do something that hasn't been done is a lot harder than, you know, stuff that's been done, right? Like if you think of AC/DC, for example, pretty much every song they have is structured the same way. You know, intro, verse, chorus, guitar solo, chorus, verse, chorus, outro, right? It's pretty much the same, but people like it because even though they're doing the same thing over and over again, each song is fun, you know. But is it unique? Not really. As much as I love the band, right? But them, their songs are fun. That's what sells it for them. They're, you know, they're really a party rock band. You know what I mean? So yeah, just, you know, when you're writing your songs, don't get too hung up on the formula of writing that number one song, and you know, just write songs that you